everybody. How many more? 2 more. Damn. Who's sick of clapping? All right. Yes. Fucking A, right? All right. This next guy is not an Oakland Raider, but his name is Tim Brown.
You ever fart in the shower? You know, you go in there and you think you're all safe. You know, you're like, if anything bad happens, I'm fucking in the shower. Like, no big deal, right? And then, you let one go out. You kind of laugh to yourself because you're thinking, like, that's kind of funny. You make a funny noise, right? Guys know what I'm talking about. But, and then you realize, like, oh God, that actually smells. And it doesn't go anywhere because you got, like, the hot water going and the mist and everything. And then you realize you're just, like, marinating in your fart for, like, 20 minutes. So you're trying to, like, scrub a lot more, like, I'm just going to clean this shit off. I'm going to smell like this later. And then you get out, and you kind of think you do. So you're putting, like, the extra spray on and stuff, and you're just kind of walking around just paranoid for the entire day. It'll ruin your day. That's all I'm saying. So, I've been coming up here a while, and I've noticed a lot of comedians, they got a lot of jerking off jokes, and it's kind of a big deal these days. I don't understand it because I don't have any jerking off jokes because it's the one thing in my life that I take extremely seriously. Because you just have to. If you can't take that seriously, there's no way you're gonna be able to take a job seriously. So, I haven't had sex in a long time, in case that's not obvious. But, it's everybody, you hang out with your friends, and your friends are like, it's cool, like, you don't need it, especially older friends, like, you got the older single friends, and they're like, yeah, it's fine, it's after a while, it's like, nah, I don't even care, it's no big deal, it's overrated, and it's like, it's just a fucking lie. Like, the longer you go, like, not having sex, the more pissed off you get being a guy, I think. It's just like, you just kind of go on, you're just like, Grr! So, that's how I feel about that. I'm a little worried that I'm going to wind up like an old man, like, before I have sex again. It's just feel like, shit doesn't work, And, like, people don't like to think about their parents, like, having sex, because it's just weird, it's a weird thing. And my parents were always, like, really, really discreet, like, we never walked in on them having sex. And, I mean, that's just what they, that's just how they were, And I think, like, now they're in their, like, 70s, and if I walked in on them now, I think I would be like, like, my sister still freaks out. My sister's like, oh, yeah, don't even talk about it. I was like, no, you just have to block it out. Just don't picture it. You picture it. I don't. I just, it's funny. It's old people having sex. And so I think if I actually walked into my parents now having sex, I'd be like, yeah, go, Dad. Like he's trying, he's like climbing up, he's getting on it, But it's just sad because he's just so old and like crippled now. It's like so pathetic. It's like one of those old dogs, that you see just trying to hump everything that moves. Like he's blind and he's all gray fur and he's just like, I want to hump this shit over here, But I don't know. It's just the concept. Like I hope, I hope when your shit breaks, that my idea on like growing old and trying to get laid when you're like in your 70s or 80s and stuff, I would hope it's a lot like trying to crack open a combination lock, but you don't have the combination. You're just kind of spinning the dial, listening really close, waiting for a click. This way? I was kind of hoping that would go better. So I recently had prospect for a date. So I was thinking, it might be a smart idea to kind of get ready, So I was like, well, the girls these days, the ladies, they like the nether regions cleaned up, So I started to think about that. And I'm kind of a hairy guy, so it's one of those things where it's like, if I start this, I'm not going to know where to stop, And it's kind of like, you can't do it, It's like killing the rainforest or something. It's just one of those things. You just like, I started, and like, before you know it, you're like shaving your ankles. You're like, your ankles? Do they look at your ankles? I'll just leave my socks on. That's cool. So, anyways, I'm out of time, and Not a lot of people know this, but I was in special ed until the 9th grade. I got myself kicked out of special ed. Believe it or not, they actually kicked me out because I was too smart, I guess. They were like, wow, you can do your homework, you just don't. And I was kind of like, yeah, okay. But I'd like to finish up with something random, so like Sloth from the Goonies, I'm just going to finish up with, hey, you